Yesterday, I was shown a job advert that was going on the TFL website, and it was for an internship, something a young person could do to start their career. And it had certain requirements which absolutely disgusted me. It was basically, if you are XYZ, no need to apply because we won't even look at you. This was the gist of it. Now, I did a video on this yesterday, and there's the thumbnail there for you, so you can actually go back and have a look at it yourself. There's a lot of comments that were made regarding this situation. I think it's very important that we go through some of them now. Now, what I've got to say right from the off is, if you agree with me that an applicant for a job should get it based on their own ability, then subscribe to the channel, because it's very important that we all club together and have this conversation. Now, let's go through some of your comments, see what you had to say. I'll make this full screen. Now, the first one, M. Jones 4083. A group of white people need to apply and then get together and sue TFL if their applications are rejected. It really is the only way to challenge this anti-white racism. I would be more than happy to contribute to any crowdfunding needed, as I'm sure more people would do. Bill Zellswood, fairness is a characteristic of British thought. TFL's behaviour is not fair. Who's in charge? Certainly not someone who embraces British values. You can see some of the opinions there. Redhead, I love that screen name. TFL has been pretty much gone bankrupt. London had world-class public transport until that, became mayor. You know, again, there's the strength of feeling. Deborah Mitchell, discrimination doesn't apply to those who were unfortunate enough to be born white in their own country. That's the way we're beginning to feel, isn't it? Another user here. Am I imagining things? But aren't there supposed to be laws regarding discrimination in the hiring process, and that internship clearly discriminates? Yes, it does. And, you know, to those who say, Andy made stuff up again, look, at the end of the day, you can go straight on the TFL website and it is there. You can read it. You can see it for yourselves. Not a work of fiction. Now let's go back to these comments. Rule Britannia. Absolutely. Positive discrimination. It's not who's best for the job. It's who fits the agenda of the day. That's what it seems to be, doesn't it? All an agenda of some description or another. Freya fanboy. There is something called positive discrimination that can be applied to. If you're looking for someone specific to fill a role, but the job application must clearly state it is using said discrimination in looking for a person. Without it, this is a classic discrimination and racism. I'm in no way supporting what TFL has done, as that is blatant racism. Doesn't matter the colour of skin. Racism is still totally agree. And, you know, it seems to be that anybody that opens their mouth against this is out of order. Lord Bacon, it's time to address the plan, Andy. Yes, that name has come up quite a few times. Lou 7784. I think it's also for the future to stop British people's movements. There is that theory, isn't there? Trying to hem us all down. John Quinn, one person to blame, the mayor. We all know what his game is. Terry, put it this way. If our beloved Mr. Khan, now, I got told off the other day for saying Mr. Khan or any of his children required a life-saving op. I'm guessing they'd prefer the very best surgeon to perform the operation, not the second, third, fourth best fit that fitted the quota. Very, very good point. Mr. Always Blue, blatant racism aside, it's not the opportunity it purports to be. Note that the candidates must already have worked in the communications industry or have to be on track for a good degree. Yes, that's a very valid claim as well. When you actually look down the list at the qualifications, you already had to have got a good degree or studying for a good degree, and this is like a move into the workplace for, I think it was 11 months, if memory serves, and it's 21 grand. So is it cheap labour or is it a genuine internship, I wonder? Again, go and have a look. It's all there. Rob McKay, And there will be an outcry if a position were to be advertised for a white area. Yeah, absolutely, which will never happen because any decent employer will look for the person who has the correct attributes for the specific job, no matter what the ethnicity of the applicant. TFL appear to ride roughshod over the rules of employment. Where will it end? Fear the future of our once great city. Now, I suppose you could call it an employer. I have a team of taxi drivers underneath me working for me, albeit on a self-employed basis, but I go and meet them. And what I want to know is who they are, how long they've been doing the job, indication as to their honesty, their character. Do we get on? And do I think they'd play as part of a team? And I don't care where they came from. I care, can they do the job to their best of ability? And can I trust them to do the job? You know, where have those main things gone, those main attributes? I have to wonder. Anyway, back to these comments. Paul Miller, imagine saying that only white people need apply. The shit would hit the fan. Oh, yeah, it would. It's hypocrisy, double standards again. It's like watching the Met Police on Remembrance Day. Fern Smith, strange how we never hear of any human rights lawyers championing the case for white people. TFL should be taken to court. Michael, there is a worse advert from one of the Welsh police services. The RAF tried to do it, but the head of recruitment refused and was like, that's right. I didn't want any white people. I remember that one. User, what do you expect when we can't? The excuse for the London mayor. We have Sunak, the excuse for Prime Minister. Scotland was a proud country. Look at the First Minister. Wales was my second home. Look at the idiot who's supposedly in charge there. We want people in charge who are capable, not these idiots. I mean, that's a very valid point as well that's made right there. If you take any of these people who have more or less had a direct route into government positions of authority such as that nature, if you threw them into the real world, how long would they last in a real job, in real life? Put your answer below in the comments. I bet I can guess. Now, let's have a few more of these. Andy, they can do what they want. Is there anyone to stop them? That's Michael. Sorry, Malcolm, I stand corrected. Alan Todd, Khan, again. Please someone tell me who is above him, who has the power to get rid of him. That's been said a few times, hasn't it, Alan? You know, who has that much power? Should they have that much power? Alan, again, it seems to me that while Sunak and the rest of the government thing are letting our country get battered and everyone can openly see it, Khan, who goes very quiet most of the time, is destroying everything from the inside out. Sneaky and dangerous, especially when the doors are closed. There must be a way to remove him. And, you know, all of these comments are the same. Last one, Leeds United John. Andy, this is discrimination. It's been going on for years. I grew up in Peckham and left school in 1975, and it was going on even then. Jobs advertised for Southwark Council used to read, we welcome applications from people from the black community who are currently underrepresented in our organisation. In other words, the council favoured those applicants. So there you have it, folks. It's been going on for years and years and years. And meanwhile, you know, if you have somebody of a certain, creed and somebody else of a different creed, and you stood in front of me, I'm going to give the person who could do the job. Why all this going on? Why immediately exclude? Can you imagine what a young person would think? You know, right from the get-go. It's bad. It's very bad. Anyway, that's that. That's all your comments. And as you can see, we all pretty much said the same thing as one another, didn't we? Now, if you want to see any other videos to do with Sadiq Khan, ULEZ, or anything else, you can actually start with this one just about here that's just popped up on the screen. And there'll be many more as well. Thank you again. I look forward to talking to you again soon.